Demi Moore has finally revealed the real reason she left Ashton Kutcher, and it's worse than we thought. She didn't leave because he cheated. She left because she was literally dying trying to be someone else. In her 2019 memoir, Demi exposed the shocking truth. She dropped to 95 pounds, became addicted to nitrous oxide, and engaged in threesomes she didn't want. All to keep a man 15 years younger who was never going to stay faithful anyway.
The addiction in the codependency, like my addiction to Ashton, and that was probably almost more devastating.
This isn't about Hollywood divorce drama. This is about a woman who disappeared so completely that her own daughters didn't recognize her anymore. Picture this. You're 40, successful, mother of 3. You meet a 25-year-old rising star who makes you feel young again. The world calls you a cougar, but you feel like you've won the lottery. That was Demi in 2003, when she met Ashton. By 2005, they were married in a Beverly Hills fairy tale. For the first time since her divorce from Bruce Willis, Demi seemed genuinely happy. But here's what nobody knew. The pressure to keep up with Ashton's lifestyle was killing her from day one. Imagine trying to party like you're 25 when you're a mother, in your 40s. Imagine watching your husband's career explode while yours stagnates. Imagine feeling like you have to earn love from someone who should love you unconditionally. By 2010, the confident woman who married Ashton was gone. In her place was someone desperate, addicted, and willing to do anything to prevent him from leaving. The stakes? Demi's life. Literally. Here's where it gets devastating. Demi's memoir reveals she became addicted to nitrous oxide whippets because she couldn't handle the anxiety of trying to fit into Ashton's world. Picture this scene, another Hollywood party. Ashton's laughing with people half Demi's age. She excuses herself to the bathroom, pulls out a small canister, and inhales until she passes out. This happened dozens of times. Her phone buzzed with another party invitation. Same crowd, same pressure to be the fun, young wife. But this time, her hands shook as she reached for the nitrous oxide that had become her lifeline. The weight loss was even more extreme. Demi documented dropping to 95 pounds, dangerous for her 5'5" peaker's frame. She wasn't trying to be healthy. She was trying to have the body of a woman half her age. But here's the part that will break your heart. Demi admitted to participating in threesomes she didn't want, with women she didn't choose, because she thought it would make her seem more sexually compatible with her younger husband.
I made my own story up that he wanted somebody that he could have wine with and do some. He's not the cause of why I opened that door. Right. I wanted to be something other than who I am.
Right. Imagine compromising your deepest boundaries because you're terrified the person you love will leave if you don't. Now here's the part nobody knew until Demi said it herself. She wasn't just addicted to substances. She was addicted to Ashton's validation. She described feeling like she didn't exist when he wasn't paying attention to her. Her daughters watched their strong, independent mother transform into someone they barely recognized. Rumor, Scout, and Tallulah felt abandoned as Demi prioritized keeping Ashton happy over being their parent. But the real breaking point wasn't Ashton's cheating scandal in 2011. It was something much more devastating that Demi kept secret for years. In her memoir, Demi revealed she suffered a miscarriage at 6 months while married to Ashton. Losing their potential child should have brought them closer. Instead, it highlighted how emotionally disconnected they had become. The room fell silent, and for the first time in years, Demi realized the silence between them wasn't temporary. It was permanent. Here's the twist that changes everything. When Ashton's affair with Sarah Leal became public, Demi didn't leave because she was angry about the cheating. She left because she realized she had been destroying herself for someone who was never going to be faithful anyway. Imagine discovering that all your self-sacrifice, all your boundary crossing, all your desperate attempts to be perfect, none of it mattered because he was cheating regardless. The most heartbreaking part? Demi blamed herself. She believed that if she had been younger, more fun, more accommodating, Ashton wouldn't have strayed. She spent years punishing herself for failing to be enough for someone who was never going to be satisfied. In that moment, Demi realized she wasn't losing Ashton, she was losing herself. And if she didn't choose herself soon, there wouldn't be anything left to save. The evidence of Demi's complete breakdown was visible to everyone, but nobody understood what they were seeing. January 2012, Demi was hospitalized after suffering a seizure at a party. The official story was substance abuse, but friends described someone having a complete mental breakdown. Look at photos from their early relationship versus 2010-2011. The transformation is shocking, from a healthy, confident woman to someone gaunt and hollow-eyed. Her daughter's social media posts during this period tell the story. Rumor, Scout, and Tallulah made subtle but pointed comments about feeling disconnected from their mother. Their estrangement lasted years. But here's what makes this even more tragic. Ashton did try to help. There are documented instances of him encouraging Demi to seek treatment. The problem wasn't that he was evil, it's that their relationship dynamic was fundamentally toxic. When someone is destroying themselves to keep you, and you accept that destruction as normal, both people are trapped in a cycle that can only end one way. Addiction experts say Demi's description of being addicted to Ashton reflects a real phenomenon where people become dependent on their partner's validation to the point where they lose their sense of self. The aftermath was devastating. Demi's daughters became estranged from her for years. Imagine watching your mother disappear so completely that your own children can't forgive what you became. It's one thing to lose your husband. It's another to lose yourself so completely that your own children don't recognize the person you've become. Demi's career was destroyed. The years she spent prioritizing Ashton over her professional development left her with no recent credits and a reputation for being unreliable. But here's the remarkable part. Demi's recovery became her greatest achievement. Writing her memoir forced her to confront how completely she had abandoned herself. The book wasn't just a tell-all, it was a recovery tool. The public response was mixed, but many women recognized their own experiences in Demi's story. Her honesty sparked conversations about losing yourself in relationships and the pressure women face to maintain their partner's interest. Most importantly, as Demi rebuilt her authentic identity, she repaired her relationships with her daughters. Their public reconciliation proved that even the most damaged relationships can heal when someone commits to genuine change. So here's the truth. Demi Moore's revelation about leaving Ashton Kutcher is worse than we thought. Not because of what he did, but because of what she did to herself trying to keep him. She lost 95 pounds, became addicted to nitrous oxide, crossed sexual boundaries she never wanted to cross, and damaged her relationships with her daughters, all for someone who was cheating anyway. But here's the most powerful part. Demi's moment of choosing herself wasn't about anger or revenge. It was about survival. She finally understood that no relationship is worth losing yourself completely. The real tragedy wasn't their age gap or his infidelity. It was watching a strong woman disappear, trying to become someone else's fantasy. But the real triumph is watching her choose to exist again, even when it meant losing the relationship she had sacrificed everything to maintain. Maybe Demi's story will help you recognize when you're losing yourself in a relationship before the damage becomes life-threatening. Maybe it will inspire you to choose authenticity over approval, even when that choice means losing someone you love. Because here's what Demi learned the hard way. Being loved for who you pretend to be will never be as fulfilling as choosing to exist as who you really are. So, what do you think? Have you ever lost yourself trying to keep someone else? And how do you maintain your identity and love without losing the person you care about? Drop your thoughts below, because maybe Demi's story is really about all of us, and the choice between disappearing for love or choosing to exist authentically.